welcome to today's video. So as you can see from the title, we're going to talk about how you can apply to teach English while abroad at a Hagwon here in South Korea. A Hagwon, for those of you guys who don't know, is a private teaching institution. They essentially act as extra schoolwork for kids after their actual school ends. For those of you guys who want to come teach in Korea, I do want to caveat that you should be coming with the acknowledgement that you will be responsible for these children and teaching these children. Do not come here if you're just not gonna actually do your job while you're here. Now, just to give you guys a little bit of understanding of a baseline to maintain, say for example, you're going to come teach in September, which is the start of a school year here in Korea. Most likely you're going to want to start preparing now in February. So you're going to want to start collecting your documents before you really start the process of finding schools and interviewing. What you're gonna want to keep in mind is that, say you're gonna do a September 1st start, which is a normal start date for a lot of people, you're probably gonna start looking at jobs in April or March, and you're going to start doing interviews April, May, June, depending on how many interviews you want to do. Also note that once a school offers a position, they don't really give you a lot of time to think about it. Say you accept a job at the end of June, you're going to want to start sending off your documents right away. As soon as you've confirmed the contract, everything looks good, you've decided to go with this place, you're going to want to send your documents off immediately, because anything to do with documents and visas and the government, you know it takes a long time. Do not wait. So you're going to want to send your documents off to the embassy. Say you do that in July, you're probably going to get them back end of the month or beginning of August. You don't really want to book your ticket probably until you secure your visa, because you need that visa number. Then you're going to, book your ticket and you'll move here by the end of August, start your job right away, start of September. There's almost no vacation time from when you arrive and when you start your job, because of the way usually housing works as well. So if your school is providing you housing, they're probably either waiting for the teacher who you're taking over for to leave, so that way your housing probably won't be ready till closer to your contract start date. But that's the baseline you want to keep in mind. That's kind of like the timeline you want to think about. When you're looking for Hagwon teaching jobs, there are two sources that I personally have used. One is Dave's ESL. Dave's ESL is a job board. They cover different countries, but English teaching jobs specifically. There's a lot of postings there from recruiters as well as directly from the schools themselves. It's up to you to kind of filter through and figure out which jobs you like or don't like. And then my other source would be Facebook pages. If you literally just type in teach English in Korea, there's going to be a ton of pages that pop up. Again, there's recruiters posting on behalf of schools as well as directly applying through schools. I will say recruiters will send you endless jobs. However, keep in mind that their job and the way they make money is to get someone for that school. So they don't really care who's going to the school. They don't really care the conditions of the school. They just want someone that they can say, I placed X person here, so you need to give me my commission. So again, it's up to you to filter through what you think is a good job or not. And I've made another separate video in the past about red flags to look out for in Hagwons. Check out that video if you need to make sure you're looking for the right things. Some things that you want to prepare in terms of documents before you start sending out emails for interviews or potential interviews. You're going to want to make a resume that's tailored to teaching. Even if you don't have teaching experience, you're going to want to put in something that kind of makes it sound like you're good with kids or that you're somewhat interested in education. I was working in the marketing department before I moved to Korea to teach English, and I was still able to spin my marketing expertise by saying I'm good with dealing with problems, solving issues without making them exacerbated. I'm really good at scheduling and keeping things on track, things like that. You also need a professional looking headshot. Now you can technically take this at home probably, but I would just recommend getting kind of like a passport photo taken. You're not going to want to wear anything too revealing the shoulders, things like that, because again, you're applying to be a teacher and they are a bit more conservative here in South Korea. I've never seen anyone with too many issues regarding tattoos, but they don't also like to flaunt the tattoos. So in your photos and stuff, maybe just hide them for your sake. You're going to want to have your national background check done, and that does take some time, so you want to get that done early. You also have to get your fingerprints done first in order to get your national background check. But keep in mind, you don't want to get it done too early, because national background check, they expire after 6 months. So you don't want them to expire before you're applying for your visa. You also need an apostilled copy of your degree. If you have not graduated from a university with a bachelor's, you are not able to come teach English, and that is a hard and fast rule. So that actually gets asked a lot online that I've seen in forums, but no, you cannot teach. They don't give out E2 visas, which are English teaching visas, to people who have not graduated from a university. And that's essentially pretty much the initial documents you need. Say you've navigated through the schools, you've picked your school, you've signed your contract, you're gonna go to immigration, you're gonna get a visa issuance number. You have to put that number, the visa issuance number, on your visa application. So that's going to take a little bit of time. That visa application is then what you send to your consulate or embassy to get your visa back in your passport. They usually ask you to wait to book your flight until you have your visa back, because you never know what might happen. There might be problems, and therefore you don't want to book your ticket to have to reschedule it and add another fee on top of that. So that's why they usually say wait to book your ticket until everything is back in your hands. When you're coming from abroad to work at a Hagwon, there's not going to be as much support as you probably would like. You're going to have to be pretty independent in a lot of ways, because they're not there to really hold your hand. Sometimes they don't want to. Keep that in mind, that you're going to have to deal with a lot of things by yourself. However, I would, if there is a question, of course, ask your school just in case. It can be very stressful. You're going to probably land and they're going to stick you in your house, and you're probably going to teach right away. You're not going to have a phone plan. You're not going to have an internet plan. Those things you're going to have to set up by yourself while here, but you can't do that until you have your ARC card. So I recommend getting a prepaid card when you arrive. And then in terms of how to set up all the other stuff, I have a ton of videos about it, so you can definitely go check those out on how to maybe have a smoother transition whilst here. Some of them are quite old because I made them a while ago, but they're still relevant. Also note, when you do arrive in Korea to teach, you're not going to be paid until a month later. So you're going to need enough money to sustain you for at least that first month, maybe 2 months. Some schools, they also take out some money for housing deposit. Keep that in mind, and also your money will be taken out for things like health insurance, into severance, things like that. So keep that in mind as well. I would rough estimate maybe 1,500 to 2,000 as like a low bar in terms of money you would need when you're first settling in here. You never know what might happen, and just in case you want to have some money under the belt, I think 2 grand is comfortable. You're gonna want to buy things like bedding for your house, kitchen supplies, toiletries, things that you just need in your house, and also food. You can make a bank account with just your passport initially until you have your ARC card. You would have to go back once you get your ARC card to switch out all the numbers, and some banks might say you can't do it, but you actually can do it. That is also an option. And then there are a bunch of other things that you're going to want to set up that I've made, again, tons of videos on, so check those out. I am debating if I should make a new video regarding things you should know immediately to do once you arrive in Korea. If you think that would be helpful for you, you would like me to make a new video on it, please let me know in the comments down below. Please watch all my videos before coming here, otherwise you will be so stressed out. And it's just good to have that knowledge in mind before you come. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And again, let me know if you have any questions down below. I will happily answer them. And that's it. Bye.